Greetings to everyone. It's wonderful to be able to connect again. Welcome on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm delighted that many are already joining. It's great. I hope you have all or most of us went through the global meditation parts that we have had from day 1 to day 14 that are now listed on Facebook and on the Instagram. So welcome again, and I hope you have been practicing. So what we have done so far is really get in touch with a fine level of the functioning of our physiology, which brings us air in, oxygen, and the life force through the breathing. We have been on the lungs, and we have had exercises so that our breathing is smooth, is natural, and sends a message to our nervous system that things are okay, that we are doing well, that we will be fine. And that helps to create calm and fullness and enrich the life on the mental level as well as on the physical level. Today, we're going to start a new session and a new series where we will be in touch also with ourselves on some level, physical level. So again, we have been on the level of breathing, and now we're going to go to the level of actually the heart, the physical heart, which also represents the emotional part of our reality. So again, welcome to everyone. I can see many joining from everywhere. Christina Ballesteros, she asked questions on the global meditation meeting. It's great to be here again. And I have Ardian from Norway, Carla from Canada, I guess. Let me double check. Yes, and Adrienne Levin is with me also. This is great. And Indira, Françoise from Quebec, Shyam Kamal from the East, I guess, Jai Gurudev, and many are saying hello from Bali on Instagram and different parts of the world. So welcome everyone as we settle in and sit in our chairs comfortably. We have learned the technique of breathing from the abdomen, meaning feeling that it's the diaphragm that is breathing, the abdomen moving forward. We have learned how to do it in a settled, soft way. And then we have done the pranayama, where we breathe from different nostrils and then put our attention on different elements of the breathing. So those who are joining new are welcome. So you are welcome to also, tag your friends and tell them also if they have not followed day 1 to day 14 from part 1 of these sessions to try to go there also and establish a basis for breathing, because we're not going to go through it in detail during this part. This part, as we said, we're going to go to the heart value. The heart, of course, is a value of emotion, we can say, of feeling. People feel like this is the area where our feelings are centered. And, when we have emotions, our heartbeat goes fast. When we are afraid also, it can change the distribution of the way it works. The blood pressure can increase because the vessels, the arteries change, and it's all actually happening through the nervous system, which guides the physiology towards preparation for different activities. And so the heart, of course, is very central. It is the heart that takes the full value of the life force, which we take through the lungs, and distributes it to all aspects of the physiology. So the heart, of course, is a very central role in really making sure the physiology is balanced. You know that the physiology is so delicately balanced that even the intention, for example, there are studies that have shown that if you have the intention to run, just before you start running, like athletes, they have studied this, when they are ready to run, what happens is that the blood flow that usually goes distributed to the different parts of the physiology, to the digestive system, to the different organs, and also, of course, to the brain and the muscles, it shifts its balance. It shifts its balance means when you're ready to run, even before you run, there is a message that goes from the nervous system to different parts of the body and shifts the distribution of the blood from the digestive area to the muscles. Why? Because you want to create an activity in the muscles, and therefore the nervous system prepares the body to create this activity, to do this activity. And what it means is the muscles now need nourishment, need strength, need oxygen. And so even before you start running or before the athletes start doing their activity, the nervous system distributes the blood differently. It's not the time to digest food. It's the time to run. And therefore, the blood goes to the muscles of the body. So this tells us the delicate balance between mind and body, because the intention, just the intention of running, creates a physical change. And so what about situations where one is in fear, when one is unhappy, or one is in love, or like that? Also the physiology responds, and the heart responds through the mind, through the intellect, through the nervous system. So this is really a very important aspect to realize, again, the mind-body connection. Now, in transcendental meditation, of course, when we close the eyes and transcend, we don't worry about the heart, the muscles, the body, the speed of breathing, the quality of breathing, or any sound or anything, because we go through the mind, and the mind, when it transcends, it goes back to its most peaceful, natural functioning. This is what happens in transcendental meditation. And in these states, the whole physiology, the mind, the body are integrated naturally. And so those who practice transcendental meditation know that, but those who are joining us and don't do it, I'm sure they will do it soon as the possibility comes. This is all just to tell us the importance between mind and body. Now, how can we be in touch with our heart, with our breathing? We have seen, with our breathing, we have seen we can, feel the sound, feel the touch, feel the heat, feel the taste, even the wetness, and even the smell. And we can go from right to left. That balances right brain, left brain activity, and gives us this calm. And we should continue to do that. So what is the method, the axis of the heart, the access to the heart? Which way we get access to the heart? We get access to the heart usually, as doctors would access through a stethoscope, which means they listen to the heartbeat, or through some more complex echogram and or imaging methods. But we usually also get access in a very interesting way through the pulse. The pulse. The pulse is when we press on our arteries that go out. Sometimes we take the pulse here, sometimes we take it in different parts of the body to check if the blood flow is correct and if the body is receiving blood properly. But in the ancient systems of yoga and Veda, and particularly Ayurveda, which is one branch of the Veda that is the knowledge from which yoga comes, there is the Ayurveda. Ayurveda means the science of life, science of longevity. There is a science of pulse, and the pulse is not just measured to get an idea of whether the heart is beating or not, but it actually has very sophisticated analysis of the quality of the pulse, which gives many, many indications about the physiology. And Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who brought this knowledge to the West in a big way and made it very, very popular and brought all the knowledge of Ayurveda, has really indicated the importance of one feeling one's own pulse, because one is then become in touch. We become in touch with one quality of ourself, which is our physical reality. It's not the entire self. We are unbounded, pure consciousness. But there is an aspect of ourself, which is, of course, our physiology, which is, if you like, the temple of our being, the temple of our awareness, the body in which our consciousness is present, and which also has a very deep relation with mind and body, as we have said, and with consciousness, because it is an expression of also our consciousness. And so if we get in touch with ourself in a way that we can feel the pulse and can feel the fine aspects of the pulse, that also gives us, if we are diagnosing, it gives us a diagnostic feature which allows us to know what the pulse is telling us about different aspects of our physiology, but it also gives to the nervous system a sense of what is happening, even if we do not know exactly how to, evaluate and diagnose disease or diagnose issues with the pulse, but we are in touch with how is the physiology doing, and it reassures the nervous system also. So even during this time when we are, in confinement or in regular activity, getting in touch with the heart, with the way the heart is working, is very helpful. It's very, very helpful and very profound, and can, if you give it the time and the patience, give you very profound values in terms of well-being and in terms of understanding and feeling your physiology and how it works. So what we will do is first start, of course, step by step. The pulse brings to us two values. It brings to us the touch value, because it's going to be through the touch of the fingers. And it's going to give us a sense of the vibration, because the pulse is a vibration. It's a sound as if that is vibrating, but we are detecting it through a touch aspect. Now, first, this time, we'll just try to feel the pulse. And then we will later understand the very fine details of what it tells us. It tells us about structure, about movement, about the dynamics. It can tell us about metabolism. It can tell us many beautiful things about our physiology. And it connects us to the different elements of nature, which are, as we said, space, air, fire, water, and earth, in a very specific way also. And the elements that we will discuss in terms of Ayurveda, which are, one is the value of movement. We call it Vata. The second is the value of metabolism and change and transformation, which we call Pitta. And then the third is the aspect of structure, the solidity of the structure, the strength of the structure that we have. So we will see how the pulse can tell us all of this. But for now, what we want is first at least feel the pulse and feel it properly in the proper place. So that will be our first exercise for today's session. And even when we go home, we will continue to do that. And we have to know where first to feel the pulse. We feel the pulse on what is called the radial artery. The radial artery, there is an artery An artery is a tube that takes the blood to the periphery of the body, which means from the heart, it moves towards the periphery. Towards means the organs, towards the hands, towards the legs, the feet, and all of that, the brain. So from the heart outside is what we call artery. From outside back to the heart, because of course the blood has to circulate, is what we call veins. So of course for this is elementary biology, but it's okay to remember, it's fine. So an artery means it's a tube, a small fine tube that had usually oxygenated blood, because we have oxygenated it through the breathing, and it comes with the oxygen to nourish the body. So the artery is that tube that carries red blood, we can say, and it moves through the different parts of the body from the heart towards the periphery. The artery on which we are going to feel the pulse is called the radial artery. The radial artery, if you take, let's say, your hand, any hand, right hand or left hand, but let's take the right hand, and you go to the thumb and you go down, all the way down, you will feel a notch here. There is a small notch, and then another protuberance, which is something going out. That is the radial bone. There is a bone in the arm that holds the arm, and it finishes here. It makes a joint at this level, and you have first to feel the bone. So you go down with your finger all the way down till the end of the palm of the hand. There is some kind of notch, and if you continue, there is a protuberance, something like going out. So you feel that. So everybody can feel that. Let me know if you're feeling. And then below it, on the inside of the arm, is where we're going to put our fingers. And we'll use 3 fingers. So those 3 fingers that are the index, the middle finger, and the ring finger, we're going to put just below the notch, below that protuberance. So go ahead and try it. Yes, I can see many are feeling it. Very good. I can see on Instagram and on, let me know on Gosia, do you feel it? Evelyn? Okay, let's do that. Very good. I can see many yeses coming. So we feel that notch, and then below the notch, we put the 3 fingers and we press. We press. What we are doing is pressing on the radial artery against the structures of the arm. Could be the bone or could be below, but we're just pressing there. Okay, and now see if you feel the pulse. Okay, very good. It seems most are already there. That's wonderful. Okay, great. Now, how to do it on our hand? So it fits your right hand. Let's say you put your right hand on your chest and you put your left hand with your 3 fingers on top of it at the position where the notch is. So you feel the notch, and then below it, you put your 3 fingers and you press. So this gives you this position, okay? This position. These 3 fingers, you can see. I try to show on both cameras, on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, you see that? So this is the notch here, and just below the notch, abutting on it, right next to it, is my index finger, then my middle finger, and then my ring finger. And we press with the 3 fingers. Just what you have to do now is press and feel the pulse. whatever. Don't try to analyze it. Of course, if you know something, then you can. If you have already taken a pulse diagnosis course, then just feel it. Inge says she's feeling it. Françoise also. Kayla also wonderful. Teresa, Jody, great. Yes, Simona, wonderful. So we feel the pulse. It might be felt with the first finger, second finger, third finger. You can try to play to see like which finger is getting more of the pulse, and then release a little bit, let's say the first finger, try to press with the second finger, release it, try to press with the third finger, like that, and feel the pulse. So press a little more, a little less, see how it becomes softer, how it becomes deeper, stronger, with the three fingers. Of course, there is a lot to know. Great. I see all the yeses coming. Francesca, Casey, Nizar, Carrie. Great. You're all doing great. Okay. Wonderful. So, our exercise will be until the next session, just to feel the pulse the way we've just done it. You know, our senses get more and more refined if we give our attention to them. When I was at medical school, you know, they taught us how to listen to the heartbeat. First, you put the stethoscope, which is the instrument that allows you to listen to the heart, and you hear noises and sometimes something, you know. And then as you continue hearing and practicing, your sharpness of hearing improves, and then you start seeing not just the heartbeat, just boom, 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 but there are actually more than one heartbeat. There are two, because this is, you know, the valves closing, the heart beating, and so there is something that is first and second, and the sound becomes more and more refined as you practice hearing. And then after a while, you know, the cardiologist can hear very, very fine aspects of sound. And they can hear 2, 3 sounds, even 4 sounds, and they can differentiate them. This one is for this valve, this one for that valve, this and that. So that fineness of hearing comes with practice. And the same with touch. So the first thing you want to do is train the touch to actually feel whatever quality you can detect. And if not, just that there is a pulse. There is a pulse. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it strong? Is it on this finger, that finger, that finger? So for now, just do that at home a few times. After you do your pranayama, you can do that. Or you can start with that and then do your pranayama and meditation. Very good. So that is our first introduction to this first part, the part 2, or the second part of our global meditation, and you do it at home. So today is a special day, actually, in the Vedic calendar, in the tradition in India and the East, in Nepal. It's called Akshaya Tritiya. It's a day where people wish or plan for things all together and separately, individually, and together. And it's a day where when you wish something really strongly and you plan it, it will have support and it will be good and it will create fulfillment. So in tune with that, today we'll have a special few minutes when we close our eyes for our meditation. Before we start the meditation, we're going to, those who meditate and those who don't do transcendental meditation, doesn't matter. We are first going to do a wish, and the wish is a silent wish. So what we want to do is see what are the things we want to achieve. What are the things we want to see go in the right direction, all in a positive way, in a grand way. Think big and want big and hope big and expect big. And that is the little meditation that we will do today. Wish well for your friends and everyone also, even if you have people that are, in trouble or something, then wish them well. If you want society to improve, you want the virus to go away, or you have plans, you want to start some plan, think of it, start writing down later on what are the steps of the plan that you want to do, so that there is a greater achievement. And because there is this feeling today, because of special conjunction of situations and planets and stars and all of that, it has been a tradition in this ancient tradition. And in India, it's a big celebration, and in Nepal and other places also. And this is being celebrated worldwide by different communities. Then we want to join, and so that our meditation will have also that character of thinking of good things, of wishing plans for our life and for others in the proper way. So we'll close the eyes, and then for a few minutes have this wish, and then practice your meditation or your pranayama. And then we meet again tomorrow at 12 New York time. It's wonderful to have you all. It's great that you have joined, and we will start going through the pulse more. Even those who have done the pulse already and know it, it's beautiful that they can join us also, and then refine their understanding and their experience. So we'll close the eyes, make nice wishes and nice plans, plan something beautiful for yourself, for others, and then keep the eyes closed, and then do some meditation. And then we meet again in the next session tomorrow.